Welcome to Purpose Unlocked, the podcast where dreamers, doers, and changemakers like you break free from the ordinary and build legacies that matter. I'm Christy Smith, business coach, author of The Intuitive Entrepreneur, and your guide to unlocking the purpose-driven life and business you were born for. If you've ever felt like you were meant for more impact, more purpose, more freedom, then you're in the right place. Each week, we dive deep into the mindset, strategies, and real-world stories of purpose-driven entrepreneurs, creatives, and visionaries who refuse to settle. It's time to break the rules, challenge the status quo, and turn your vision into reality. So are you ready? Let's do this. Today, we're talking about one of the most transformative aspects of entrepreneurship, building a team. Not just hiring, not just delegating, but how to build a team that thrives. Too often, we focus on resumes and roles. Who checks the right boxes? Who can do the job? But the truth is, thriving teams aren't built on task lists. They're built on relationship, clarity, and culture. So if you're building a team or dreaming of the one day you do, this episode is going to give you a new lens, one that centers humanity, values, and shared vision. So let's dive in. We're going to go over 5 ways to build a team that thrives. And let's be real, most people don't leave jobs because of tasks. They leave because of toxic culture, unclear expectations, and leadership that doesn't listen. So while we're going through our 5 ways today, just make sure that we're focusing on that we don't want a team that just functions, but flourishes. So number 1 is lead with vision, not just task lists. Your team doesn't just need direction. They need purpose. If you're only telling people what to do without ever telling them why it matters, you're not leading. You're just managing. People don't follow task lists. They follow visionaries. So let your team in on the mission. Remind them often. Make sure they know their work means something. Show them how the role contributes to the bigger picture. Because when someone feels connected to the why, they show up with more energy, more ownership, and more heart. The second thing is to create a space for feedback. This one is big, and it's uncomfortable, and it's also necessary. If people are afraid to speak up, you will never, ever get their best ideas. You'll get compliance, but not creativity. Feedback should be normalized, not feared. So make it easy, casual, and ongoing. Ask things like, what's one thing we could do better as a team? Another one would be, what's something you need more of from me as a leader? And when somebody gives you the feedback that you just asked for, or even if you didn't ask for it, thank them. Don't defend and don't dismiss. Just listen and get curious. Psychological safety is the soil for innovation, and it starts with you, the leader. Number 3, hire for values, train for skills. Yes, I get it. Skills matter. And yes, experience counts. But when push comes to shove, shared values beat perfect resumes every time. Integrity, passion, belief in the mission, these aren't soft skills. They're the glue that holds your culture together when things get tough. You can teach software, you can teach systems, but you can't teach alignment. Hire people who believe what you believe, people who are bought into the bigger vision. That's how you build a team that moves as one. Number 4, celebrate consistently. Burnout thrives where recognition is absent. Celebration isn't fluff, it's fuel. And I'm not just talking about the big wins. You need to celebrate effort, progress, creative risks, team spirit, and kindness, just to name a few. Start team rituals. Call people out in public meetings for the good things. Send random thank you voice notes. Let people feel the impact they're making. Because momentum isn't just created through strategy. It's sustained through meaning and joy. Number 5, be the leader you wish you had. Your team is always watching, always picking up on your cues. If you want transparency, be transparent. If you want initiative, create space for ownership. If you want innovation, make it safe to fail. You set the tone. You are the culture. So ask yourself, how would the leader I wish I had show up today? With more clarity, more empathy, more boldness? Whatever the answer is, be that leader. Okay, I have some reflection questions for you. Did we just pause? Because leadership isn't just about action, right? It is also about awareness. So sit with these today, journal, however you do your reflection, okay? So number 1, what kind of energy does your team culture embody? Number 2, how does your team experience your leadership? And number 3, where can you be more intentional about building belonging? Take a deep breath, let those land. Like I said, maybe you want to just, come back later. Perfectly legit. I do that all the time. I'll okay, I've thought about that some more. I have some more thoughts on that, right? And I'll come back to it later the next day or 2 days from now. Here's the question I want to leave with you as our closing reflection. What kind of culture are you creating through your leadership? And how can you create more space for your team to shine? Because when your people thrive, your mission multiplies. And that's how we build legacies. That's a wrap on this episode of Purpose Unlocked. But your journey is just beginning. If today's conversation sparked something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, tag me, and let's keep this movement growing. For more insights, tools, and resources to fuel your purpose-driven journey, grab a copy of my book, The Intuitive Entrepreneur. You'll find it on my website at christysmithcoaching.com. And if you're ready to take your vision to the next level, let's connect. Follow me on social media, subscribe to this channel, and join the community of rebels, dreamers, and impact makers just like you. Until next time, Keep challenging the norm, trusting your intuition, and building the legacy you were born for. Let's unlock purpose together.